Hey, how you doing? This is Chris Brumfield out of Dallas, Oregon. I wanted to take a few minutes to share my story. I'm going to start my story in 2010. In October, I lost my job. In December, my wife left me and she took our 2 boys. I wasn't sure if my daughter was going to follow or not, or what the case would be. The following March, I was up having dinner with my parents, and my dad had a triple bypass, so he had trouble eating sometimes, keeping things down. And it was something we got used to. If he got up or whatever, if he was struggling eating, and we'd make sure he was okay, and he'd always get mad, and it was just something we started ignoring, just what you do. And this night he got up and he'd crossed the room and he fell in the corner, and I went over and tried to do CPR, and I lost him in my arms. He died of aspiration. It led to something, it led to not being able, I felt like I couldn't go out in public. I felt like a complete failure on every aspect of life. I went to the doctor. I got meds for depression. I got meds for anxiety. I had high cholesterol. I had diabetes. Just starting that, that lethal cocktail that most heavyweight people, people overweight, they start going down that road, and stuck in the house. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to talk to family. I didn't want to talk to nobody. That was the life I led for almost a year. And Karen Schultz, she popped up one day and said she found out about something, and that something was ViSalus. Brent Coleman was coming out here from North Carolina to share it with us, and so I watched the little videos, and I went to the party that night. I was prepared to spend $300 on a transformation kit for 3 months. That was the thinking. I didn't read enough or didn't follow enough, and so I was thinking that was the cost. And I went there and found out no, $249 was for 1 month, and I started crying. I had $300. I go, okay, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it the 90 days because that's the plan. So I'm going to do the shape kit for 90 days. So I got my first month, and I cruised along. I started losing gradual weight and feeling good about it, and still not that guy. Still not wanting to go out. Still not wanting to put myself out. The whole time, Karen telling me, concentrate on you. Do your challenge. Well, 4 days. I got to back up a little bit. 4 days into it, I went home and did some research. I was trying to YouTube, whatever the case may be, trying to find negative stuff on ViSalus, and I couldn't find anything. But what I did see was that so many of my friends, people that I knew, that it was something that ViSalus could help them. So I became a promoter. Definitely not ready to go out there and talk about it. Not ready to tell a story, because I thought I didn't have a story. I didn't have the thoughts of using someone else's story or whatever the case may be, because I didn't want to talk to nobody. But I started working on me. I started doing that, and I set little goals to, whether it be all-star coach or whatever the case may be. But little things would detour that road, and I would fall back. Sometimes I'd have one shake, or I wasn't doing it right, and I was still losing weight. So I was still thinking this is all right. I can keep on doing this. This is good. Well, about midway through last year, I started thinking, I need to take this more serious. I need to step this up, and so I still didn't do it. I still thought I need to do it, but I still didn't. I'd go to a party and share I've lost 45 pounds or whatever, and I had a friend that said, when are you going to get up and move? Well, you're right. I'll do that someday. I'm just not ready. Well, I just little baby steps. That's how I went. Well, I think it was around October sometime. Jeremy Gilchrist came out and he did a party in Portland, And one of the things he said was there was two ways of looking at everything, and it really made sense to me, you know, because it was, you know, for so long I had thought I have so far to go, and you know, that night driving home I started thinking, yeah, I've come so far, you know, that's huge. If anybody knew where I was, you know, from being suicidal to, you know, I remember standing on the coast, Oregon coast, one night just looking at the waves, thinking about just walking out there. You know, to really think, you know, I took monster steps. You know, no longer thinking about how far I had to go. So sometime in December I started walking, and you know, I've walked over. Well, I started using the Runkeeper app January 6th of this year, and I've crossed 150 miles already. I've lost 75 pounds, and I'm no longer on. Well, I took myself off the depression meds because I was thinking about suicide constantly, and so I knew that wasn't a good thing. So I took myself off those, and around December, I had run out of metformin and for my diabetes, and I started checking my blood sugar numbers, and they were good. So since the pharmacy wouldn't give me any more, and I had to go back to the doctor's office, I just decided, well, I'll just keep on checking my numbers, and if they stay good, I'm just not going to take that. Well, last Wednesday I went to the doctor, and I was expecting to, you know, get my butt chewed for not taking my meds, and she took me off. I'm off diabetes meds. I'm off cholesterol meds. The only thing I'm left on is my thyroid, and that's something I'll be on it for life. But you know, ViSalus has changed my life. You know, every day I'm getting better. It's just completely amazing to me, and the people I've met through ViSalus is, you know, the people are amazing. The support, you know, it's incredible to me. So the reason why I'm making this video is you know, if you have friends or whatever that you think I could help or whatever, you know, suggest me to them as a friend, or put them on this video or whatever, because I'm going to keep on doing my best to get to where I want to be, because I still got a ways to go, but so far from where I've been, and I'm gonna keep doing my job, trying to inspire others to get out there and get healthy, because that's what ViSalus is all about. You know, I am the challenge. It saved my life, and I'm gonna do my best to save others. So help me out. Suggest somebody, you know, let them follow my story. Anyways, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later.